Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 21 Ultimate Team Road to Glory, episode number 187. Today's episode is once again powered by my sponsor Elgato. You guys know it by now. I use all of Elgato's products and tools to create my content for you every single day. Today obviously I'm using the green screen to get rid of the background. We've got the key lights lighting that up. I've got the new acoustic wave panels on the wall as well, and of course I'm using the Wave 3 microphone. So if you are an aspiring content creator, I highly recommend these products. Check them out down below in the description. Thank you for that, and getting on into the episode then, hit me with a thumbs up. 5k likes, that's all we need to say. Let's get it done. Let's get smashing into this episode. Subscribe to the channel too. So this is obviously the squad I put together with Miroslav Klose. We're 5 and what are we? 5 and 1? Or I can't exactly remember where we're at in the weekend league right now. I think it's 5 and 1. But yeah, we've got our new icon striker that we got in Saturday's episode, and it just. Yeah, it kind of sucks that was the icon that we got. But at least so far in the weekend league, in the first few games, he's actually been netting goals. And although he's not like a 5-star skiller or not super agile and stuff, he at least knows where the back of the net is. So, and let's face it, his partner in crime up front alongside him is probably the best striker on the game, apart from like Moments R9 or Pele or something like that. So we're not exactly caught short up front. We're more than competent with the players that we've got. So it's actually quite nice to try a player out that I otherwise just would not have. So yeah, anyone like Miroslav Klose, like a Henrik Larsson, someone like that, if we ended up getting them, which we did, they were always going to end up going into the starting 11 for at least this week anyway. And you never know with Klose, he could end up appearing in the squad going forwards, because I'm actually thinking about it, about like potential squads for next week and stuff already, obviously, just because that's what constantly goes through my mind. And obviously the Bender brothers got end of an era cards, the centre-back one I think is Sven. Doesn't look quite as good and is the same price as Lars, the right back, who looks like he could be an insane centre back or even a great right back as well. So the fact that we've already gotten Babu originally put me off the idea of doing either of the Bender brothers, but if we can possibly afford it, and that's a real if, because we are skint, really, and we're doing the party bag today, so we're going to be even more skint. But if I could, depending if they're still here after rewards on Thursday or something, if we manage to get lucky, if I get some fodder, if we get some upgrade packs that would be good enough for me to get some more fodder as well, then there's potential that I might end up trying to get Lars Bender done, which I think is probably going to mean Adrian Rabiot might just slip by the wayside. I think we might end up missing out on his SBC simply because he looks like a good card. He's very expensive for what he is. I know that I have Dybala and Ronaldo, and it would be a great link for like a good centre midfielder for probably, the next month until TOTS or whatever. But I just feel like a three-star centre midfielder with some of the agility and balance that he's got might not feel as good as even, what I bring on in Acuna in the second half at centre mid. We all know how this game works. You need the agile, very fast players, and that's why everyone uses like Kleiber at centre back and fullbacks at centre back, because they're just better and faster and stuff. So yeah, I think as much as I like the look of the Rabiot card, unless I get incredibly lucky with some sort of crazy pack pool that nets me a few 100k and I can start doing multiple SBCs again, we need to start building up the coin balance. And I think Lars Bender might end up being more of an end game player. And of course, being German, he would get a strong link to Klose, so we could potentially start him getting that strong link to help out, and then linking him maybe to like Mbabu on 7 at striker, or maybe you put Bender at centre-back and Mbabu out wide, and then you get Klose in there linking and Puyol linking and stuff, and then all of a sudden I've got that little right-back or the right-hand side of my defensive part of the team is like Bundesliga, and then we know we're going to have Serie A up top with Dybala and Ronaldo. We'll get some icons in there, and then we'll put together, you know, we normally have like either Prem or the English guys and stuff in the squad as well. It just could mean quite a nice like mix for the squad going forwards, or at least for next week or whatever. So yeah, you know how we're always ever changing, aren't we? So whilst that's been going on, I end up winning some. I think I've lost some as well already in this episode. These are a tough bunch of games, I have to admit. They were not my easiest opponents. I mean, this guy obviously, yeah, we pretty much dominated. Got 3-0 rage quit. We'll definitely take that. But I mean, this guy right here, Prime Cantona, Red Ronaldo, all sorts of crazy good players on the game. I could tell instantly that I thought that this was maybe like a high-level elite player, and I gave it a shot after, you know, he scored a goal after 5 minutes, but then after 10 or 11 minutes, I was just going back and forth, like him twisting and turning, and I couldn't be bothered. I was like, you know what, we're going to get out of there. I've lost this game. So I quit and moved on to the next one, knowing that, you know, we already played some rivals this week. We're going to be fairly safe within our in our ranks. You know, it's not going to make much difference, so we should be fine to get whatever rank in Division 1 we end up getting. It won't be rank 4 or anything like that. So we end up going 1-0 up. Closer absolutely smashed one home, but then Pele up front is someone that, oh man, if we'd have got Prime Pele from that icon pack, that would have been me incredibly happy. I just think that he fits the game even better than like R9 this year, and I would love to try any version of Pele on this game. I'd absolutely love one. So who knows if they'll ever bring an SBC out for a player like that, or if we ever get lucky again in a future icon pack or player pick or whatever. But Pele is up there alongside like probably Zidane. Pele and Zidane this year for me are the ones that I would love to use, because I've not used Pele that much before. I used like the Ronaldinhos, and I've used R9 and Hullet and stuff. But yeah, man, Pele and Zidane, they are two that seem to elude me all the time. And this game was a difficult one as well. Trying to deal with Pele and Player of the Month Messi up front. That is two players that can seriously shift and seriously like wiggle and move out of the way and stuff. So I was going to be struggling, and then I made it worse for myself by going down to 10 men. I thought it was a bit harsh to give a red for that. I thought I had more defenders with him, but perhaps he was the last man. And yeah, I mean, Heung-min Son ends up getting the rebound from a shot which I thought Edwin van der Sar could have saved a bit better, but it is what it is. And then take a look at that. We take a shot and it gets rebounded back off a defender, putting Heung-min Son straight through on goal. Because obviously at this point I was on constant pressure, throw the kitchen sink mode, and that just led to me conceding another goal. So we got battered in terms of scoreline that game. That was a GG though. That was a couple of, you know, fairly well matched opponents, and he just had a really nice team just like me and got the better of me, which is fine. So we go on into the next one. This guy was a Van Bergen and Boadu user. You know, obviously you guys know those are the Dutchies which have an incredible amount of pace. And I played him on side there with Tavernier. Oh, that sucks. I think I manually played him on side. So I did a classic Lasty offside trap, which would have worked if it wasn't for the pesky Lasty that was controlling the other defender who was playing the ball onside. Brilliant. Well done, Tom. But yeah, we end up going 2-0 down. I can get the goal back with Ronaldo to get it back to 2-1. Is it likely that we're going to get back in this match? I would say that there's a pretty good chance, just knowing that I have my strike force and his isn't really anywhere near what mine is. So I brought El Shaarawy on instead of Closer, because, you know, being a tough game, I think I might need the more OP meta edge, which El Shar does have, being super fast and skillful. But he ends up knocking it through to a regular Eden Hazard. Didn't know anyone really used him anymore. And yeah, I mean, it goes from bad to worse, because although we end up blocking all of this stuff right here, I think, do I clear it and score? Oh no, I remember this game. That happens. And I think both of us were definitely in control of our sticks at the time. I was on the ball, and I'm pretty sure he was trying to tackle. So I don't know which one of us. Like, I didn't get booted from the servers, and I didn't see anyone else moaning about it on Twitter. So I guess maybe that guy's internet went down. But fortunately for me, I guess that counted as a... Well, more importantly, it didn't count. Didn't count as a game, and we could just go on into the next one, not taking a loss there, even though, you know, we were losing and it looked unlikely that he was going to extend his lead. So, yeah, weird one. I wonder if my opponent gets the win for that, or if he gets disconnected, I'm assuming he also gets a loss, which is, I guess, kind of what's wrong with FIFA, isn't it? If someone rage quits, the other person, I think, really should get the win. Even if it's 0-0 or whatever, someone's decided to quit the game against you, I feel like you should get the win. Best goal of my weekend league, scored right there by Curtis Jones. I haven't scored a long shot for ages, and for him to bury one from distance was quite sublime, I have to say. Lovely goal from the Englishman, and then a lovely finish actually again there by Cristiano Ronaldo this time, after a good couple of skill moves. I had a couple of defenders just really chasing me down, and I'm able to outskill them to get into the box and score, which is brilliant. So... this game actually was probably one of the hardest ones yet. You know, somehow we've managed to get a couple of goals up, but this guy just kept pushing and kept pushing. And obviously I don't show you because I just show the goals, but in that second half, my God, he really closed the gap and was just chilling on the edge of my box for nearly the entire time. So it was, I came away with what I felt there was a pretty lucky win, in all honesty. So that's going to be 8 wins. That took me up to 8-4, which is not a brilliant midway to be at, but at least I could probably go into my next session tomorrow knowing that I could probably take a few wins. You know, if you're 8-1 and then you stop, that's where I start to struggle. I'll come back the next day not warmed up, go into a game and get absolutely slapped 3 or 4 games in a row. So yeah, I'm fine at being 8-4 right now, and closer is... You know, he hasn't scored that many in this episode, actually. He went a little bit quiet during the middle period, but was pretty good at the start. And I guess you'll see how he gets on in tomorrow's episode too. But yeah, what we have done here is just a few more of the 82 to 88 upgrade packs. They, at the time, were the only upgrade packs that were there. I don't know if you will have some by the time you're watching this on Monday, but I'm filming this mid-afternoon Sunday before 6 p.m, so I don't know what content we've got. There has been rumours of potential icon player pick again, which would suck because I've just done the Prime one, so and the player pick ones are more exciting in my opinion. But yeah, anyway, it is what it is. We get ourselves a little, I think, Team of the Week, was it? Or was... No, I think this is just regular. It's Donnarumma. It's Donnarumma. It's going to be an 85 overall from our 82 to 88s, which is good. That makes that a dub. Essentially, I was trying to fund the party bag a little bit easier. It was between Rabiot and the party bag for this episode. And I mean, obviously, I feel like a title with the party bag in it is going to do a little bit better. And I think you guys probably want to see that more than me just getting the guaranteed Rabiot. And he was way more expensive. I couldn't actually... technically afford him, so I decided to go down the party bag route instead, simply because we were able to get a couple of half decent bits of fodder. I think the best one we saved till last here, which is going to be not a walkout, but it is going to be boards, and we've already got Donnarumma, so it has to beat that, and it's going to be English right back from Man City. That is of course Kyle Walker, another 85 overall, so same as Donnarumma, but still a more valuable player, you know, an outfielder who, you know, links to other Prem players and stuff. So decent. I don't know what he's worth nowadays either. I wonder if he's the same price as 85 rated fodder. I guess he's a bit more expensive because of who he is and how good he is at centre-back on this game. So yeah, skipping the Adrian Rabiot SBC just for now at least. If we end up getting him, we end up getting him. But it was party bag time, and amongst all of the fodder that we've got there, I had to still go out and buy a 50k 85 rated Inform Gomis. Crazy. Informs at the moment are just nutty prices. So yeah, it cost me 50k and my fodder essentially, which is still fairly expensive. Let's hope we get a good one, right? So it is, there's no ones to watch anymore. There's all sorts of like RTTFs and record breakers, rule breakers. I don't know. There's literally all sorts of stuff in here. We are going to get a walkout, which is a good sign, and we're going to get these flares and boards, which I didn't know what they were. I don't think I've ever packed one before. It turns out it's a record breaker, Carlos Vela, however you like to pronounce it. But yeah, I didn't know what to think about that, because he actually looks like he's quite a good player. But is he going to be getting into my squad? Probably not. So, yeah, a bit of an L. I would imagine that you guys would maybe say that as an L. I was kind of excited that I'd packed a record breaker because I don't think I've packed one before. I know we have like a silver one. We've got like, is it Stoppelkamp in our club? But that was an SBC, so it didn't really count. So I think that might be the very first record breaker I've packed this year's RTG, which is just another card design ticked off the last he has packed list. So that is going to be pretty much the end of the episode, ladies and gentlemen. When it comes to player bios, I think when we get to closer, you're going to be able to see that he dropped off quite considerably in this episode and didn't really do much. But like I said, it was a more difficult set of games, and I also mentioned to you yesterday that I think he's going to struggle somewhat against the better players. So yeah, we're now over 200 games with Dybala, 265. We're closing in on 500 goals with CR7, and then I think Klose has only scored 2 goals and got 1 assist in today's video, which, yeah, it's not amazing, but it is what it is. We'll carry on with him tomorrow and see how we can get done. Tomorrow we'll obviously get up to our 10-win player pick as well, so we'll hopefully get something good in that one. That's going to be the end of the episode. Do me a huge favor, smash the thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. 5,000 likes is your goal. Thank you for all of your support. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I thank you for that. And finally, you can find my Twitter and Instagram down below. Come follow me on social media. See what I'm getting up to. All of that good stuff. And most importantly, hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Take it easy. Stay safe. Stay healthy. I will be back once again tomorrow with a new episode. Peace.